We're back now with the latest from Campaign 2020. It's primary day in our state, and polls will be closing in about 2 hours. But we won't know the results for a couple of days because the deadline to receive absentee ballots has been extended because of COVID. All voters are allowed to mail in votes for today's primary. Our chief Capitol reporter, Susan Raff, is live at Webb Elementary School in Wethersfield, one of several polling locations. Susan?
Dennis, COVID has changed so many things, as you know, and all Republicans and Democrats are finding that out as they go to the polls today or vote absentee. We've never seen anything really like this. It's also created a lot of challenges for candidates. Except for the masks, this looks like most primary elections. But turnout could be a lot less because for the first time, Connecticut voters can mail in their ballots for whatever reason.
I did think about voting absentee, and I thought since I live so close that my wife and we would just come out.
Liz and Christopher Williams thought about voting absentee, but voting in person has become a tradition. This year's primary, however, is anything but traditional. Campaigning has been difficult.
We weren't able to have a fundraiser at all. We had planned one for the end of March, and by the time that rolled around, we were already in, basically in social distancing mode.
Amy Moore and Bello's daughters have helped drum up support for their mother's campaign. She's challenging another Democrat for state rep, Paul Montanari. He's faced similar challenges and says COVID has also taken over political conversations.
Going into it before COVID, we would have been talking more about the budget and more about the schools. We would have been talking about roads.
Anyone who votes in Tuesday's primary can vote by absentee ballot, as long as those ballots are postmarked by today. They can be dropped off in these white boxes, which are located near most town halls. But the day to receive them has been extended until Thursday.
We just have to take it one day at a time. We don't know what the next day will bring.
Candidates also rely on a lot of door-to-door campaigning. That has really changed this year. In fact, many voters didn't want some of the candidates in their homes. As for the results of today's primary, we probably won't know that until at least Thursday. And in many ways, what we're seeing here today in this primary is a warm-up for November's election because Connecticut voters will be able to use absentee ballots in that election. We are live in Wethersfield. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Susan.